Kevin Durant. KD, yeah, that's me. Um, so KD ruptured his Achilles. So I believe it was Game 5 against the Rockets, right? In the
Yes.
fourth quarter, I think. KD went for a side.
No.
It was the fourth quarter, or was it third quarter?
KD ruptured his before halftime,
No,
I thought.
not Achilles. I'm going back to. I'm fault. I'm going
Okay.
back to when KD first hurt his calf.
Okay.
So he hurt his calf
Fourth
against the
quarter.
Rockets, game 5 in the fourth quarter. He said that once he shot the ball, it felt like someone had kicked him. That's normally like a sign of you getting an Achilles injury. But he felt that. He went on to miss the rest of that series. Golden State took care of business. Then he went on to miss the conference finals. And then after that, against the conference finals against the Blazers. And then he went to the conference. I mean, he went to the championship, missed game 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then he came back game 5.
To get
Damn,
re-injured.
I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. When I heard he was playing, I was like, damn, maybe he's been out of rhythm a little bit. So I think he's gonna. He's been out of sync for a little bit. You know what I'm saying, battling his injury. So I think he's gonna be a little rusty. But some things just come natural to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was just like, damn. Like I'm actually kind of shook. Like if it's any team besides LeBron James in 2016 and coming from a 3-1 deficit, if KD is good to go and won't further risk anything
Could have been a
injury
wrap.
wise, it probably
Could have been a wrap.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? When he came back, bro, dude hit like 3 threes. I was like, dude, come on. Like he was looking invincible right there. And I think there was a possession where Serge Ibaka is guarding him and he tries to cross over to his left. And then you just see in slow motion when they show the videotape, his Achilles slash calf just
Just
like it's like jelly, it's like being crushed or something like that. Um,
scary moment.
very, very scary moment, man. It was kind of sad, you know. Like I never, wish bad upon any player, any person that's trying to get theirs at the same time. Now I could be upset about him, because he made the choice to go to Golden State, but I ain't gonna be mad at him because, he's a hooper, and you gotta do what makes you happy. So, um, it sucked. I think it's gonna change the entire landscape of free agency.
It's gonna change college basketball.
Going to change college basketball, and then it's going to definitely change the Warriors in the future. What do you feel about his injury? Do you think he should have played? Because I feel like sometimes with KD, it's like, man, and I'm just speculating because I don't know the man, but it seems to me based on what he lets us into in his world, whether it be interviews or being on social media, he has very thin skin. Would you agree that it looks like he has thin skin in some moments?
I I'll agree with that per se.
Sometimes it
Just
seems
because
like he
of the
has
perception.
the perception.
Before I go into my spiel
Yeah.
sooner,
So the perception to me seems like he has somewhat of thin skin, and I feel like he was pressured. I think he was pressured by his players. I think he caved into social media. Possibly was pressured by them saying, "Oh, they had this whole scenario. Oh, if KD don't play and they win, like you're useless." Blah 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 blah. And I think I think management was trying to push him too. Because when you look at Bob Myers in that post game
in
conference,
tears.
in tears. It didn't really look sincere at all. He was like, damn, like the whole time he just looked guilty. I was like, dude, I know guilt when I see it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
like I'm going to jail for what I did.
Right?
Like,
I'm going to jail for what I did. And I was just like, bro, like, you probably pressured him saying this and this and that, and you made it feel like, I mean, he was needed. I ain't even gonna flex, but I felt like it's just two different like scenarios. It's like on one hand, if you're a competitor and you get cleared because they said at first I thought he just got cleared by the team doctors. He actually got a second opinion too. They both said
good to
that
go.
he was good to go, and the worst you can do is re-injure your calf. But I just felt like
I knew it wasn't his calf.
it
Though.
won't his calf, bro, because even after game 2, when the Warriors won game 2, and they went back into the tunnel, back when Klay Thompson and Drake had their little words exchange or whatever, KD had that ice pack on his leg, and it won't even really at his calf like that. It was
Yeah.
kind of below there too. So I was just like, dude, and you kind of walking funny. I was like, dude, why would you risk it? But I'm saying like, if they clear you to play, then you're a competitor and you feel like you can contribute, and this is where it matters the most. I don't blame him, but at the same time, we're in the era now where players have the power now, and you're making more money now than ever because of salary cap going up, and you about to be a free agent. It's just like
Dude, is KD 7
Dude,
foot
save your
tall.
bread, bro. Save your bread, because leg injuries are crazy, especially like you said when you're 7 feet. But that sucks. I mean, how you think about that? Do you think he should have played? And then following that, what do you think his futures are? What do you think his future is looking like?
I'll be
In the
honest.
offseason.
I don't think he should have played particularly, but I know if it would have been me, I would have played. Just being a competitor, being like somebody that's played the sport.
Yeah.
And I've had like tendinitis in my Achilles and stuff like that, and it might not have felt the same for him, but it's probably just some tightness, and he's been off it for like 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks at that point.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Let's see what happens. Some tightness. I'm gonna go play on it. That's probably always kind of ailing him.
Yeah.
And he's been playing on it. Like, they don't show you his workouts when he's outside the court because they don't want you to know how ready he is and stuff like that. But he clearly had been playing on it here and there. All it takes is a misstep to pop your Achilles. Definitely when it's already injured. It was probably already like a little bit torn or something like that.
Yeah.
And that was the step it took to go. Does it hurt him in free agency? No. I think KD's still a gem. He's a secret weapon or ultimate weapon, whatever you want to call it. Like, he's tough. He's the greatest scorer we've seen in basketball. The outlook of how it's going to change, I think players are going to be a lot more selfish now. They're going to, like we saw Kawhi, everybody questioned Kawhi. Nobody's questioning Kawhi anymore because he was healthy enough this year to play and win a championship on a totally different team than he was before. KD doesn't have that same situation. He can't do that.
He's trying to seek that validation too.
Yeah. And we, to be honest, as fans, we've never really appreciated KD after he went to Golden State. From like to be completely honest, from an NBA standpoint, unless you just around the guy 24/7, I don't think you really appreciated KD since he's been on Golden State because you're like, all right, maybe he took the easy way out. If we boil it down, Golden State plays a style of basketball where it's pass the ball. Let's get a good shot or let's shoot an open shot. They play a carefree style of basketball. That's what he saw compared to what he was playing with the Thunder at the time.
My turn, your turn.
Yeah, my turn, your turn, my turn, your turn. It's like, let's pass, get the best shot. They were playing defense. It looked like a fun AAU team, pretty much, like just dogging people, They were just out there dogging people. The Nike, the Adidas circuit, let's go out and let's dog people with our mob we have. And KD saw that, he's like, I'm going to go play that for a few years. He wasn't really worried about validation. He got 2 rings out of it. And I don't think we appreciated him as much. And for him, he was like, yeah, I'm going to go out here. I'm going to show people how tough I am, rather than sit around, because he probably felt good, but was he 100%? I know we could poll 100 athletes, and we might not even get 10 that will say that, hey, I've played every game at 100%. Definitely for athletes that have played that long, at that stature, if everything's on the line, the championship's on the line, your team's down 3-1, or they were down 3. It was down 3-1 at the time. You're gonna go out there. You're gonna do what you gotta do for your team, and it's a question of your toughness too. Yeah. Nah, bro, I ain't going out like I ain't no Mike Scott. I ain't no. So all respects to KD for going out there and doing that. But going forward, nobody's playing with their money anymore because their body is their money. And if I'm real again, I don't think the Golden State Warriors fans really respected him, really appreciated him for what he had. Yeah. Now that we think he's going, I believe he's going in free agency, but I don't think they really understood that, this is a gym. This is a cheat code that we have. Is it fair? Is this basketball? So you got to match up how you match up, but he's a gym. Like, if Klay's not having a good night, if Steph's not having a good night shooting threes, cool, whatever, but KD's going to score the ball. Yeah. He might have a game where he's not being super aggressive, but he can score the ball at will. So it's going to change basketball from college on. It will change KD, just from Achilles is the basketball injury. It's the basketball injury. You're never really going to be the same. But we'll see how he bounces back, and it could further his legacy. He comes back. He's 31 right now. Yeah. He comes back. He's not going to play next season. He's come back at 32, 33, killing it, and then we're like, wow, like, this is a totally different player we've seen before. Like, or we won't. You lose something and you appreciate it a lot more.
Yeah.
So we're gonna appreciate his greatness when he comes back, which I hope he comes back at 100% and shows the whole league what they've been missing.
For sure, for sure, for sure. Then I think I got a stat somewhere. Let me see what I jump on that real quick. Do Oh yeah, there we go. So I took a screenshot of something on Twitter. Basically said Achilles tear recoveries for notable NBA players, and their ages and whatnot. So in recent history, DeMarcus Cousins tore his Achilles. His total recovery time was 357 days at the age of 27. Kobe Bryant, 240 days at the age of 34. Chauncey Billups, 296 days to recover, age 35. Elton Brand, 243 games, age 27. And then Dominique Wilkins, 283, and age 32. Some notable other players have been Rudy Gay, who we saw had a pretty damn good season to his standards. And then Mike Conley was battling some Achilles related injuries as well too in his career.